greater degree than others, it really is, it's the body's way and the soul's way of trying to get our attention, isn't it, as well? And I guess, when coming to get a session with yourself, um, people go away, obviously leaving in that space where, if they do that in a healing work, it's amazing how the issues that we've got, can maybe not be cured, right? But there's an easing from them. There's a better understanding for a long term. It's not just the science. It's body, mind, and the spirituality sort of bundled in one, really.
Mm. Yeah, there's a great relief felt when you understand what's been happening over and over in your life. But I'm asking people to make a different choice day after day after day to defy the program. It doesn't, you can have this big epiphany, but if you don't go on and put these, like I give people tools, I give people processes to go through that help them release emotions, help them look at emotions, help them make a different choice. So I'm setting them off on a path of self-awareness, and that unless you have something like, how some people have a near-death experience and they're like, forever changed because the experience is so profound. We are talking about changing a conditioned response that's been in place, connected to your survival for however many years you've been alive. But it's also because we understand that time really isn't linear. Every other reality where you're dealing with that issue is connected energetically to here and now. So we are, in a way, we're healing other aspects of ourselves, parts of ourselves in other lifetimes, or even on other planets. So this is a journey of every day. It's a journey of looking at your life more than just being born, growing up, having children, getting a mortgage and dying. This is a lifelong quest of inner exploration.
Yeah, letting go of all paradigms as well. Where does the work that you do with law of attraction as well? Where do you kind of mentioned it really, but I mean, just to sort of to summarize that, with the work that you do with the light language work and the law of attraction, how do they fit in together?
Well, the law of attraction says the energy that we are sitting in is a match, or the stuff that we draw to us is a match for our own energy. Once you identify that this person is a match for this situation is a match for this, and understand that mirroring concept, that everybody and everything is a mirror showing us us. How the light language fits in is part of the reason why we can't make change is the inner child splits off emotions because we can't analyze them and assess them as kids. We don't even know how to verbalize what's going on. So the fact that there really is no unconditional love, the fact that we have to alter who we are to get the love that we need is very painful to a little being who doesn't understand how this world works. So if there's trauma on top of that, or poverty, the emotions that a little one has are too much, and they split them off and keep them in this sort of peripheral awareness. So we are emitting a frequency, as I said, that's significant or specific to each person. So if you were to look at that energy in a pie chart, the adult who is self-aware, who has a job, etc., their energy is only about this much of the pie chart. The bulk of the energy that we are emitting comes from this stuff in here. Now, as a coping mechanism, we push it aside and we're not really aware of it. So we spend most of our energy pushing this down, and we will either drink it down, drug it down, work it down, analyze it down, shop it down, whatever our preferred method is to avoid this. So when people come to me, I help them do this. And this is how you will heal and change your life. While it sits in your peripheral awareness and you are not looking and turning and facing it, it is still having a huge effect on the law of attraction, on what's coming to you. So when a woman who is a lawyer, who has her own business and a fantastic home and car, thinks on a logical basis, I have a lot to offer, I'm successful and well off and I'm attractive, etc., why can I not draw to me a man that treats me well? And it's because this little one didn't see it as a truth when they were little. And this one is the one that is drawing the men to her. This one may have seen dad disrespect mum. This one may have felt the energy mum felt when she's sitting at the dinner table feeling unfulfilled because she had to give up work in order to become a mother. So it's not anything, little kids can feel the energy. They can interpret the world through that energy. So the healing that I do helps people bring and get back into their body and incorporate this, so that ultimately what happens is this grows up and merges with this. And this becomes whole, the energy pie chart. And instead of the bulk of everything coming from this child that hasn't been explored or helped or acknowledged and validated, we end up incorporating it, and you then become a healed being. But part of the only way to change your life, I think, is to actually incorporate that and feel it, and then through the feeling of it, it releases and changes.
Thank you for that, Jo. So we're at the end of the interview right now, and I just want to get a message to the audience. So if you would like to give a final message to the audience, it's all yours.